Now let's perform the search operation on our binary search tree. Okay, so it will look like, given the search function with a particular value to search starting from a certain node of my tree. Okay, so before we go and find out efficient way to search in our binary search tree, let's think about a naive solution. A naive solution for searching would be to just traverse the whole binary search tree. We already know how to perform in-order traversal, pre-order traversal, post-order traversal, then the level-wise traversal of our binary tree. So I can perform any of those traversals and still get the answer for whether the value is present in my binary search tree or not. So let's construct one example binary search tree. Okay, so let's say I have my root node as 100, and on left I insert a value less than 100. So let me put 40 here, and to the right of 40 I have to put value which is greater than 40 but less than 100. So let me put say 80 here, and to the left of 80 I will put a value which is less than 80 but greater than 40. So let me put 60 here. Okay, and let me put a value which is less than 40 here. Let's put 25. Okay, and let's insert few values to the right of 100. So I'll put say 200, then I'll put 300 and say 400 here, and I also put something less than 300 but greater than 200, say 280, and something which is less than 280 as well. So it should be something which is less than 300, which is less than 280 but greater than 200. So let's put 250 here. Okay, so let's say that's the binary search tree that I have constructed. Okay, let's ensure that this is a valid binary search tree. So let me take each node and check what happens in the subtrees. Okay, if I take 100, every node here 40, 25, 80, 60 is less than 100, and every node in the right is greater than 100. If I take 40, everything on the left, 25 is less than 40, everything to the right, 80 and 60 is greater than 40. For 80, everything to the left, 60 is less than 80, and there is nothing on the right. Similarly, for 200, there is nothing on left, everything on the right is greater than 200. For 300, everything on the right is greater than 300, everything to the left is less than 300. Similarly, for 280, everything on left is less than 280, there is nothing on the right hand side. And then we have the leaf nodes who do not have any children. Okay, so this is a valid binary search tree. It has this binary search tree property. So I can perform something like an in-order traversal or pre-order traversal. For example, if I do pre-order traversal, what will be the sequence of values that I would have? So let's do the pre-order traversal on our binary search tree. So pre-order traversal is node followed by left followed by right. Is that correct? So I will do pre-order traversal starting with 100. So it will be 100, and then it will be the pre-order traversal of 40 followed by the pre-order traversal of 200, and the pre-order traversal of 40 would be 40 followed by the pre-order traversal of 25, which will be 25 itself, followed by the pre-order traversal of 80. It will be 80 followed by 60. So I have 80 and then I have 60. So that's the result for pre-order traversal of 40, and then pre-order traversal of 200 would be 200 followed by the pre-order traversal of left, it does not exist, and then the pre-order traversal of 300 would be 300 followed by pre-order traversal of subtree rooted at 280. So it would involve 280 followed by 250, and then I will have 400. So let's count the number of values: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And how many values we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So all 10 values are represented here. So that's my pre-order traversal. And I can search for any value. Let's say I search for value 400. Okay, so in pre-order traversal, what would happen is this will be the sequence in which I visit the nodes, and at the end I will find out 41. So to find out 41, I still had to visit every node. Or let's say I am trying to locate value 81. Okay, so to declare that value 81 is absent in this binary search tree, using pre-order traversal, I will still have to go and visit every node. Okay, so in general, if there are n nodes in my binary search tree, a naive method which is based on simple traversal of my binary search tree, which is a pre-order traversal, that particular way of searching will result in time complexity which is theta n, because in worst case I have to visit every single node. But the point is that in this simple traversal based method, we are not really utilizing the binary search tree property of our binary search tree. It is similar to having the case that we did binary search on a sorted array. Okay? So I have a sorted array, and if I don't use the information that array is sorted, in that case, to search a value, I have to start from the beginning of the array and go right till the end. But in binary search tree, we did not do that. Okay, in binary search, we did not do that. So in case of binary search, we compared the search value with the middle element, and then we decided if we have to explore left part of the array or the right part of the array. Okay, so we utilized the information that array is sorted. So we have to do the same thing here. We have to utilize the information that this is not a general binary tree, but a binary search tree. Okay, so what we will do is we'll start searching from the root. Okay, so this is our root, and let's write down the logic for searching. Okay, so first thing I have to consider is, oh, what if my tree is empty? Okay, so if my root is equal to null, in that case, well, I will simply return the node. So instead of root, I would say the node that is given to me. Okay, so if node that is given to me is null, in that case I would simply return the node. Okay, so this will return a null value, and my client code would know that the value is absent. Or consider the other scenario. I am given a value to search in a tree having this particular node as the root, and the root itself contains the value that I am searching for. Okay, so other possibility is that my node dot data is equal to the value that I am searching for. Okay, so if any of these conditions happen to be true, so at least one of them is true, then what should I do? In that case, I should return the node. Okay, and then I'm done. But in case the value that you are searching for is not present in the root, and the root is not null, then you have to search. But where will you search? You have to search either to the left or to the right. So for that, what you will need is, you will need to compare your value with the data present in your root node. So now I'll compare and have if condition. If the value is less than or equal to the node that I'm talking about dot data, if that's the case, then what should I do? Then this corresponds to searching in the left subtree. Okay, so let's just write here search in left. Okay, we'll write the pseudocode for it, but let's just write search in the left. And otherwise, what you have to do? Otherwise, you have to search in right. and that's all that your search will be. Okay, so now let's clearly define what do we mean by searching in the left. Okay, so searching in the left, it will mean that the value that I'm trying to search is definitely less than the node dot data. Okay, which means that I will perform now search operation with the given value, starting with a node which is node dot left. Okay, so that's what is required to search in the left, and similarly to search in the right, I will have to search the value in a tree which is rooted at node dot right. So that's my search operation. Okay, so let's think about the time complexity of this algorithm. So I'm going to start my search from the root node. Best case scenario, root is null, or I find the value in the root, which is this particular block. But otherwise, I have to search either in the left or to the right. It's not both, it's only in one of the partitions. Okay, so in the worst case, what will happen is I start from root, I go to one of the branches, and then I have to go to one more branch, and so on, and finally I will reach some leaf, and then I will find the required value, or I will not find the required value. That's the worst case scenario. So in the worst case, what will happen is the number of steps that I have to take will be proportional to the height of my binary search tree. And we have seen that in the worst case, height of the binary search tree is proportional to the number of nodes that you have in your binary search tree. So this search operation, which we have implemented recursively, we can also have iteratively, but for this recursive logic that we have written, the time complexity is going to be theta h, where h is the height of the tree, and we know that height of the tree in the worst case is of the order of n. So in the worst case, the search on binary search tree might require of the order of m. It might require that much time. Okay, so in the worst case scenario, you might have to spend time which is equal to the number of nodes in your binary search tree.